Hey guys, welcome to another video. This is something that I've wanted to do for a long time, as I think the perk system in this game is fairly complicated and you need a lot of time in the game to really play with all the different perks to know which ones are good. So I wanted to make a video that can help you guys, figure out what are the best perks, which perks should you be taking, how does the perk system really work, and kind of go through the whole system in its entirety. So first things first, you don't know what perks are these kind of buffs to your soldiers that you can acquire as they level up. So each soldier has a level that they are able to earn experience towards, and that allows them to get a perk per level. So as a quick example here, my guy Antonio Dean is a level 1 soldier. He is a rank 1 assaulter, and as such he can take one perk once he gets 1500 XP. This is a fresh soldier here. That's opposed to Russell Schmidt here, who is a rank 3 assaulter, and you can see I've already picked up 2 perks on him. Now, the higher ranked soldiers are important for 2 reasons. Number 1, the higher your rank, the more perks you can take. So if you're a rank 3 soldier, you can have 3 perks. The other important thing it does is it increases these perk points here. And the perk points are important because you need perk points to be able to unlock the more powerful perks. As an example, you can see that Russell here has 5 of this weapon handling perk, and that allowed him to take the 24% faster firearm reload, which is a very powerful perk. And that cost him 5 weapon handling perk slots. That means that if I go into this list of possible perks and I scroll down, I see these other ones, I'm not going to be able to get this 70% less firearm recoil because he doesn't have those remaining slots left. He can't have that because he doesn't have points. He will, however, be able to take, for example, 60% faster movement while crawling or crouching because he does have 2 slots left in speed. The other important thing is each class comes with its own personal perk. So again, as an example, Russell here is an assaulter. He gets 1 additional inventory spaces. If I go here to the engineer, 15% higher sprint speed, one of the best. Troopers, 3.5% higher run speed, and so on and so forth. You can see faster stamina regen. They also have bonus perk points based on their class. Flame troopers, if I hover over this little flame trooper thing here, it says unique stats for the flame trooper class are +3 vitality. So you can see here he has 7 vitality. That's really high. He's a rank 4, but still 7 vitality is very, very high. Troopers have +1 vitality, +1 speed, and engineers have +1 vitality, +1 speed, so on and so forth. You can see all these just by hovering over your assaulters, your troops, whoever it is. But the general rule of thumb is that you want to have the highest ranked soldiers that you possibly can, because the higher ranked soldiers get better perks and they have more perks, and the perks can become very, very powerful. That's why the premium squads all come decked out with the best perks in the game. Now, if you roll a bad perk, a perk that you don't really want, then it's fine, because as your guys level up, once they're max level, they unlock these retraining points. So for example, maybe I don't want Walter Harmon here to have this stamina. I have a retraining point, so I can just go here and click. It'll be like, do you want to change the perk? I'll click yes, and here we go. We get 3 new perks. I'm gonna look through here. Okay, 100% stamina, 100% more health regen, or 100% faster stamina regen. Of these 3, and we'll go through which ones I think are the best later on in the video, but of these 3, I'm gonna just stick with my 100% more stamina. When you re-roll, you will always have the option of keeping the original perk that you had. So there is no downside of re-rolling. If you don't like that perk, there's no downside. Because even if you roll other bad ones like I did here, I can still take the perk I had initially. So if you have a bad perk on your guys, re-roll your perks, because again, there's no downside to doing so. Now, let's jump into what perks I think are the best perks in the game. All right, so starting off here, guys, we're going to be starting off with the speed perks. The little green shoe boot running looking thing. So first off here, we have for 8 perk points, 15% higher sprint speed. This perk is busted. This is very hard to get. Most soldiers are never going to be able to get this because this costs 8, and 8 is an incredibly high. You're really only going to get this on classes that get bonus speed, like maybe a rank 4 or 5 trooper that rolled high, or maybe an engineer that rolled high, or something like that. Either way, it's very, very hard to get this perk because it costs a shitload. But that being said, this perk is busted. Being able to move faster around the map is crazy. Being able to get to the fight faster, get out of the fight faster, get, you know, being able to cross the road, jump into a building, get to the objective, move around, all of that. Speed is king. Basically, this is a broken perk. If you're able to get this perk, take it every single time. I would take this perk over any other perk in the entire game. Now, the next one up, 10% higher run speed. So this is different than sprint speed. So sprint is whenever you're holding down the sprint button. On console, it's probably like left stick or something. On PC, it is default shift. Run speed is when you're not doing that. So run speed is not very useful for the player controlled character because you're probably going to be sprinting like 90% of the time anyway. But it is really nice for your soldiers who are running along in the back because it'll make them move faster because oftentimes they don't sprint because they're stupid. So it's not a great perk, but to be honest with you, the speed perks are kind of trashy to begin with. So if you get 10% higher run speed, it's a good perk. It's not a bad perk to take. I would take this perk most of the time. It's not as good as higher sprint speed though, of course. And we have 100% faster climbing of any objects. This is a weird perk. I don't think it's terrible, but I don't think it's very good either. I would take most other perks over this perk. Like, climbing stuff is good, and sometimes, yeah, being able to climb over a fence or climbing into a window or something like that will save your ass because you'll get in that much faster. But most of the time, this is not a very good perk. Most of the time, I'm going to want to take something else, one of these weapon handling perks, or maybe a vitality perk or something like that. Even, you know, greater maximum jump height is probably better. This really isn't that good. But sometimes it's the only thing you're offered, and it's not the worst thing ever. 40% greater maximum jump height is very good, especially on D-Day. A lot of the bunkers and stuff that you want to be able to climb up on top of, you know, you need that higher jump height to be able to do that, and you can make some really sneaky plays. And you can also do a lot of sneaky stuff being able to jump on top of buildings. So for troopers, for gunners, for people who like to be up top on top of buildings and stuff like that, snipers especially, higher jump height, very, very good. And it can be good on assaults too, because you can jump around and kind of bunny hop around the map, and that can be really good for throwing off the AI's aim and other players' aim and stuff like that. So I like this perk a lot. I used to think it was kind of poopy, and now I actually think it's pretty good. I think this is probably the third best perk in this list, right behind run speed and sprint speed. 60% faster movement speed while crawling or crouching. I don't like this perk. I don't think you should ever really take this perk. I don't spend enough time crouching or crawling for this to matter whatsoever. Maybe if you're sniping a bunch and you're kind of a sniper player and you want to stay in the back, maybe this is worth it. But I think most of the time, this is not a perk that's worth taking. So don't take it. 150% higher speed of changing pose. This perk is below average on almost every class, and it is S tier on gunners. And the reason for that is that gunners are really inaccurate unless they are prone or crouched. And so being able to drop to the ground and be really accurate with the gun and be able to mount your gun like instantly is really, really powerful with the gunner specifically. It can also be pretty good on assaulters since they use SMGs that can be pretty inaccurate at range. But for the most part, you know, if you're using a rifle, you don't need to be prone. You don't need to be crouched. It's not worth it. Don't take this perk for those classes. Take something else that's going to be more useful for those classes. Next up, we're going to be getting into the vitality perks. These perks, for the most part, are not very good, with the exception of 35% more vitality. I hope I don't have to explain to you why this is insane. This just gives you more HP. This makes you survive a sniper round, a rifle round, short of going through your skull. If you could take 35% vitality, take this perk. The only perk that I think could be possibly better would be run speed. Sprint speed. Run speed is not as good. And vitality is insane. There's a reason why the premium squads start with more vitality. This perk is bonkers insane. Take it anytime you possibly can. 80% more aim stability with firearms after receiving damage. Now, I haven't played around with this perk a ton. I believe this is actually a new perk, unless I'm somehow unlucky enough to have never rolled it. But nevertheless, I think this is a pretty good perk. Just kind of on paper here, there is a lot of weapon kick in this game. There's a lot of bullet punch in this game when you get shot. This is especially good on classes like assaults, who will get bullet punch into oblivion because they are getting shot all the fucking time. And so I think that this is a perk that is worth taking. Next up, med pack restores 200% more HP. very good perk. This will make your med packs a lot better. This also works when you are downed but not out. So when your guy is down on the ground med kitting himself, he'll get up with basically full HP. Very good perk, definitely worth taking, especially on classes that are going to be taking a lot of damage like assaults. You probably don't need it on stuff like snipers, who really aren't going to be taking that much damage at range, and being low on health doesn't actually hurt you aim wise or anything like that. So assaulters, very good. Other classes, not so much. Double health regen outside of battle. Never take this perk. This perk is poopy. I don't know why this perk is even in the game. Your health regen in this game is so unbelievably minuscule that this perk does not matter. Don't take it. It's poopy. It is beyond poopy. This is probably the worst perk in the entire game. For the love of God, don't take this perk. It is worthless. Unless there's some crazy health regen thing that I have missed out on in my 100 hours of playing this game. Which I don't think is the case. Don't take it. It's poop. Double stamina. It's good. That's it. It's good. It's not great. It's okay. If I had to take this over, you know, it's middle of the pack, right? I'm not mad about taking it. I'm not happy about taking it. It's fine. I used to think it was a lot better than it is, but for the most part, just okay. Faster stamina regen. If you can couple this with 100% more stamina, I think it becomes pretty powerful. You can sprint around a lot more, get around the map faster. But on its own, again, it's like this other one. I mean, double stamina regen is effectively 100% more stamina as long as you're using it. You can't sprint for as long, but you can sprint as often. So it's fine. It's middle of the pack. It's about as good as the one above it. The weapon handling skills. These are the best, or excuse me, perks. These are the best perks in the game, pretty far and away. This is where all of the good perks are. 70% less firearm, horizontal recoil, and vertical recoil while standing. 8 and 7 respectively. 8 is a little bit better because horizontal is harder to control than vertical. But nevertheless, both of these perks are absolutely insane. These are the best perks in this list, in my opinion. For the most part, it kind of depends. If you're a rifle, you know, if you're a trooper using a rifle, this is not worth taking. Perhaps an M1 Garand, you might want to use vertical recoil. Might be good. You know, you can pop off some more shots. But for the most part, if you're using a bolt action rifle, this is worthless. These are worthless perks. If you're using an assault rifle or a machine gun or anything like that, these perks are broken, and you should take them anytime you can, because they will make you stupid accurate. You will never miss a shot, and they will be absolutely amazing. So take these perks when you can, unless you're using bolt action rifles, in which case ignore them completely. 24% faster firearm reload. I don't know why it's 24%. I wish it was 25. It actually makes me really mad that it's not, but whatever. This perk is great. This is probably a top 5 perk in the game, in my opinion. Reloading your gun faster is amazing. On any class, there are so many times where you're going to be burning through ammo, and you're going to want to be able to reload your gun faster. So take this perk when you can. It is pretty good at 5 here. Obviously, don't take it on a flamethrower or some garbage like that, but on just about any other class, very, very good. Higher fire rate while using bolt action rifles, just like the other ones, guys. You don't need to take this on an assaulter who doesn't use bolt action rifles. Take this on your troopers. Take this on your engineers. Take this on your guys that are using bolt action rifles. Snipers are really good with this perk. Anyone who uses a bolt action rifle, this perk is very, very good for. Unfortunately, you have to be lucky enough to roll it when you get that. So can be difficult. Got to be a little bit lucky. But if you do, it's very, very powerful, and you can do some pretty ridiculous stuff and get a lot of kills, especially with the Lee Enfield that has 10 rounds to the clip. Very, very strong. Faster, or 15% faster decreasing of the shot spread after quick turning of the firearm, and 25% less shot spread after quick turning of the firearm. I truly don't think this perk does anything. I really, really don't. I've never seen this perk actually feel like it matters. I've taken it several times, and really it just doesn't feel like it does anything. Supposedly what this means is whenever you're flicking between targets, you have increased kind of shot spread after kind of moving your gun a bunch. But I'll be honest with you, I really just don't see it. It doesn't feel like it matters most of the time. So I don't know, take this perk at your own risk. It could be really good, and I could just not be noticing. And it's a very kind of hidden perk, I suppose. You don't see the results very often. So maybe take it if you want to test it out yourself. But to be honest with you guys, I don't really think this perk is worth taking. I think there are better perks to be taking. So there you go. Double ammo. This is insane. Take this perk literally all the time for just 2 weapon handling. This perk is crazy. This perk is crazy. Take this on everybody you can for the most part. Assaults, engineers, troopers, whoever you're using, take this gun. Take this perk. It is so good. Double ammo will never be bad. I can't tell you how many times I've run out of ammo on my M1 Garands because you don't get that much ammo in this game. You really don't. So always give these guys extra ammo, especially on the M1 Garand, especially on the Gewehr. All of those guns you want. If you actually look, I've got double ammo here. I don't think these guys have double ammo, unfortunately. I think I just rolled some of my troopers in the academy to make them higher level. I rolled away some higher ammo to get higher level troops, but take ammo when you can on your Garand, guys. Seriously, it's so good. It will never make you upset. I can't tell you how many times I've run out of ammo in this stupid game because you get so little ammo. So bring it. There's a reason. Again, if you ever want to know what perks are good, go look at your premium squads, because these are what perks are good. They give you the best perks on here, save maybe the run speed and maybe reroll. So that is all of the perks in the game, guys. There are some veteran perks in the game that exist when you level up your squads to the max here. Veteran assaulters and assaulter veteran perks. To be honest with you, I don't think these are implemented because I have never seen these in my entire life, and I don't think they do anything. Oh, I almost forgot. There are actually tank perks. Let's look at the tank perks real quick, guys. So, tankers have some bonus perks. They have all the normal perks in the game with some bonuses. So, speed, really quickly, they have changed the type of ammo without losing reload progress. I've never gotten this, but I think it'd be really good. I think this means that you can just, change in the middle of reloading and you basically get the other ammo type, which is really powerful because there's a lot of times where you're rolling up and reloading and then you come across a tank and you're like, oh shit, I have HE loaded. That's really bad. So take this perk on your tankers. In fact, on your tankers, only take tank perks. Your tankers never need to have non-tank perks because that's not their job. And then we have, let's go through vitality. There's no vitality perks. Weapon handling. So, broken tank parts will be repaired to 20% higher durability values. This is okay. Fine. Most of the time, if your tank is damaged, you're probably not going to be able to repair it. But hey, maybe you do, and maybe this perk turns out to be really good. Improved targeting skills of a tank gun. This is really vague. I actually don't quite know what this does. But my guess would be that it makes you aim faster. Maybe have higher penetration chances. Maybe it makes you just traverse the gun faster. I truly don't know, but regardless, this is going to be a really good perk to take no matter what it does. As long as it is improving something with your tank gun, this is a good perk to take. So it's better than the other ones. 100% to the number of uses of the repair kit. Truly, I don't think that you're going to repair your tank more than a couple times in a match. So this perk's not really worth it, honestly. And you can bring so many toolkits once you get later on in the game and you unbox a bunch of them. So I don't think this perk is very worth it. But hey, if you get this perk and a bunch of other random perks, take this one. 20% higher speed of tank repair. Same thing as the other one, guys. You don't really need this perk because I really don't think your guys are repairing your tanks that often. If you, for some reason, are a god tier tanker and your crew is never dying and you're always repairing your tank, take this perk. And it's probably going to be useful. And finally, 20% higher speed of extinguishing the tank. This is just a worse version of repairing the tank because you don't need to extinguish your tank that often anyway. And if you do, you're probably dead to begin with. So again, if you get this perk and not other perks, take this perk. But it really isn't that good. None of the tanker perks are really that good. Bombers and fighters do not have tank perks yet, as far as of course they don't have tank perks. They don't have fighter specific perks yet. That is something that will come later, and I will update with another video when that happens. But as you guys all know, I do not fly planes. I don't fuck with that shit. If you have stuck around to the end of this video, thank you guys for watching. What are your guys' favorite perks in the game? What classes do you guys like perks on? So on, so forth. Leave comments down below. Let me know. And let me know, guys, what videos you guys want to see. What guides do you guys want to see? I'd love to make some more guides for you guys in this game. And as always, Thank you guys for watching the video. If you like the content, please remember to subscribe. And you can always check me out over on twitch.tv/HeyQuadro, and you can always join our community Discord. The link is down in the description for that. And I will see you guys next time.